Hey guys, what is going on? Anthony here with Pistons Talk. Hope you guys are having a great Sunday so far. Before we do jump into today's video and why you guys are here, don't forget tonight at 7:30 we're doing a live Detroit Pistons Q&A podcast. So come join us, come talk some Pistons basketball, just chill out for around an hour or so, and just have a good conversation about our Pistons. But why you guys are here? So there was some news in terms of Valley Sports Detroit, the Diamond Sports Group. There was an article written by a sports journal that we are going to read and react to, kind of get some, I would say, a better indication of what to expect possibly going into this season that does start this October in around 2 months or so, and how we can consume our Detroit Pistons, Detroit Red Wings, and possibly Detroit Tigers from here on out. So let's get into it, you guys. So the article says, sources, Diamond may drop several of its NBA RSNs if it emerges from bankruptcy. For you guys that don't know, the Diamond Sports Group is the company that owns all of the Bally Sports products. They are the company that bought from Fox Sports Detroit when they did it a few years ago, and they merged over and they rebranded the Bally Sports Detroit. So let's get into this article, you guys. So it says right here, if the Diamond Sports Group emerges from bankruptcy in the coming weeks or months, multiple sources told the SBJ the company has discussed eliminating the RSN contracts for many as 5 NBA teams, purportedly the Pelicans, Thunder, Grizzly, Mavericks, and Pistons. So RSN contracts, for you guys that don't know, a lot of times, like companies like Bally, like I'll give you a perfect example. The Pistons used to be on like YouTube TV, Hulu Live TV, just to kind of give you guys some reference. When I had YouTube TV, the rep told me that the reason why the YouTube TV could not continue to have local Pistons games where I live in Michigan is because Diamond, Bally, if you will, raised the prices on the RSN contracts, and YouTube wasn't willing to raise the price of our cable bill that we were paying. So they say, we're not going to pay an extra $30 a month just to have your games locally, just for one set of this one state, if you will. And Bally did this across multiple states that they cover. It's not just Michigan. Like they did it in Florida. They did it in the Bally Southwest. They did it everywhere, and that's why we saw a lot of Bally Sports get dropped from YouTube TV and Hulu TV and DirecTV and other cable companies. As of right now, Comcast just got Bally back up and running on their cable. I know Tigers fans were complaining for several months that they could not watch their Tigers games. Now you have to buy an even more expensive package to even consume Bally Sports Detroit because of these RSN contracts that are just completely out of control. Now, if the Diamond Sports Group does not get out of the bankruptcy issue that they are facing, a lot of these teams are making contingency plans for going into this upcoming season. And they're citing how the Utah Jazz and the Phoenix Suns are televising their games locally over the air for free. And they're also going to add a direct to the consumer digital product similar to what the Jazz do. It's called Jazz Plus and Suns Live, and what the Los Angeles Clippers do with Clipper version. And something that the NBA could help expedite. Now, if you guys remember when Matt Ishbia bought the Phoenix Suns, he was giving out free antennas for people that wanted to watch Phoenix Suns games completely for free. You didn't have to buy a $20 a month Bally Sports Detroit pass. You didn't have to buy some expensive $80, $90 a month cable package from AT&T or Comcast to watch games. It came with this little antenna that you put by your TV, and it connected to Phoenix Suns games completely free. Utah Jazz did something similar as well. And I think that's where the league is probably going to go, just given how expensive a lot of these RSNs feeds can get, especially when these cable companies try to renegotiate the contracts that they have. Um, I remember when one of my buddies was working at Comcast, he said we can only do like these 1 year contracts with Bally Sports because that's all we can afford right now because they're asking a crap load of money just for us to even carry the product. They also go on to say that the Pistons, Grizzlies, and Thunder referred to the RSN questions to the NBA, which declined to comment, while the other two teams have not responded to the interview request. But given the tenuous nature of Diamond's long term viability, sources said the league has already anticipated the disruption of the RSN space this coming season, which is why last year they allowed teams to do a trial as many as 10 games over the air locally as a test case. So, if you guys remember, towards the end of the season, the Detroit Pistons were actually broadcasting games, not on Bally Sports, but they were broadcasting on MyTV 20 Detroit here locally in Michigan. And if you're a little bit older like me, you remember you didn't need an expensive cable package to watch your Pistons games back in the day, especially like the early days where you could turn on UPN and you could catch a Pistons game. You could turn on MyTV Detroit, you could catch a Pistons game for free, right? Like you didn't have to buy all these like 90, sometimes up to $100 cable package depending on where you live just to watch your sports teams. This is the final part of this article, which I think is very important, very crucial, and this could possibly happen. And this article isn't confirming it either, but it's a possibility. So Amazon, as you guys know, they just spent close to $2 billion buying the rights from the NBA because there's going to be no more TNT, no more Shaq, no more Charles Barkley, Kenny Smith, like all those guys. That they're going away. Amazon's coming in. Amazon actually bought 30% of the Diamond Sports Group 12 weeks after they did file for bankruptcy. They bought over $115 million of the Diamond Sports Group company. So owning 30% initially because Diamond is still in a hell of a lot of debt and they're still trying to pay that debt off to who they owe it to, I should say. And they kind of go and say that Amazon is seemingly in a perfect position to slide in the back door to stream local broadcasts, offering rights fees of probably less than $40 million, but with the ability to widen the viewership reach. No, I think that is a very strong possibility. Amazon has Prime Video. Could we possibly see local teams like here in Detroit? Could we see our Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers game streamed locally on Amazon Prime Video? If Amazon can find a way to purchase these RSN feeds that are so expensive that companies like Comcast and AT&T can only get a year's worth of a contract and then they have to raise the price up every year? Possibly. I'm not sure. My belief is I think that, and this has been talked about a lot, not just with Pistons fans, but just like fans here in Detroit, that the Ilitch family may look to get into kind of like what the Knicks do, Madison Square Garden. You might have like Ilitch TV where you can watch your Tigers, Red Wings, Pistons, and you're paying like $20 a month. I don't know. I really don't like that plan. I'd much rather see the games broadcasted for free, kind of like how Ishbia and the Utah Jazz are doing it. But let me know what you guys think of this. I think this is really big news. We could possibly see it on Amazon Prime Video. We could also see the NBA just kind of going locally and free broadcast for everybody. But let me know down below in the comment section what you guys think of the state of watching and consuming Detroit Pistons games. Talk to you guys down there and to see you guys live on the podcast tonight at 7:30. Peace.